everyone, and welcome to Penumbra Overture, Episode 1. A few facts about Penumbra. It's created by Frictional Games, and it's the predecessor of the more popular version of itself, Amnesia. They're very similar, but this one, nothing's gonna top this game. So, I hope you enjoy. Thanks so much.
Penumbra Overture, Episode 1 of the Penumbra series. Yes. So, by the looks of this moving image, your mother seems to be dead. My story began in February, year 2000.
For my part in this allegory, I'm not going to make the same mistakes my father made. Howard vanished from my mother's life before I was even in it, so when he sent me a letter a few days after Mum's funeral, it was the first I'd ever heard from him. Pity he was dead. Writing from beyond the grave must be a genetic habit in my bloodline. His letter contained a key, instructions, pleas for forgiveness. I figured the dead don't have much use for absolution, so I turned to his prophetic passing, which he inexplicably expected to come any day. Clearly averse to explanations, my father preferred to leave directions to a bank on Mayfair I'd never even heard of. In that bank was a safety deposit box in his name, and myself as executor. Of course, I went, as he knew I would. I discovered that despite the evidence, he'd been legally declared dead almost 30 years ago, and so the old book and collection of notes I found had, in the eyes of the law, been mine all this time. My father's instructions were to burn the documents, raise no further questions. But that was his error. No man's immune to the shameful trappings of curiosity, and my humanity got the better of me. The university I taught at was world-renowned for two things: physics and linguistics. I represented the first, and the man who stood for the second was stumped by my recent acquisition. The book was indecipherable. The notes, however, showed a location somewhere in uninhabited northern Greenland. It took me almost a year to book the last flight I'd ever take. As I watched civilization disappear along with Heathrow, I realised my father had disappeared 3 decades ago, almost to the day, and I considered in turn what it was that I was leaving behind. We landed on a strip of ice a few feet wide, and within minutes I was pulling away on a chartered boat, beginning the 12-hour journey that would lead me into my past.
Finally, almost docked. I better stow my gear. I may be far from home, but chances are I can still pick things up using left mouse. I can also take a closer look at things using right mouse. I'm certain this map's a good decade or so out of date, but landmarks don't change much in Greenland, so I've got a pretty decent idea where I'm heading. Always good to have a notebook to jot down interesting information and reminders. Trunk's playing Contagion. I arranged that so you guys can see it, because I'm not a pro. I did turn off notifications. So in this chest here, if we're just looking around, goddammit, we have a note from a fisherman's wife to him, and you could pause and read that if you'd like, but it's something about the way this is written. If you ever read the Bible before in one translation, you try to read it in another, it's like that. It's really hard to read it. So over here in this drawer, you pull it out and you get a flashlight. You can press F to turn on your flashlight on and off. And here is a locker, which we have some things in. The crew seemed friendly enough, but just in case I locked up my valuables, I'm pretty sure the key's in my inventory somewhere. Once I found it, double-clicking on the left mouse should get it selected, and I can press to interact on it on the padlock to unlock it. So doing that, we unlock this and get the things inside. Batteries, and a glow stick. And also, we have pictures of creatures here on the locker. And expect. Soon enough, my concerns are justified. I don't know whether I lost my orientation, or is my spirit first, but I lost the feeling in my extremities soon after. And new hypothermia was settling in. I started looking for shelter. So cold. Don't know where I am. I need to find shelter soon. My entire head went numb a long time ago, but I can still hear the wind roar past. Or is that some kind of animal in the distance? So as you walk past, pick up one of these rocks and carry it with you to the end of this little ravine here. And what these notes are going by talking about how you can throw, pick up, and hold items. By holding R, you can move things around like this in kind of an F3 kind of way. But it's not very effective, so I guess like do this, right click, throw it at that broken ice. Or ice to break it. Turn this, and pull it up. Hop down. And number one rule about Penumbra. It's not a very stable game, so never click your mouse during the load screen, otherwise it will just immediately crash. And also the flares are kind of iffy in this game too, so they usually crash games as well. And it seems that we've fallen down the ladder into whatever this place is. Jesus, my head. I can't believe I fell that far and survived. Although, looking around, maybe I didn't. What is this place? Empty boxes of ammunition? What is this place? Secret flare. Not sure I've ever seen this one before. Flares are kind of like collectibles in this game. I think there's like 35 of them. But there's one. And trying to get through this door. It's stuck. There must be something in the way. Take this lid off and you can get another flare. And this rod. A steel rod. What's in here? We have some cans of something in here. Another flare and a hammer. Let's see. I could swing this hammer if I hold left mouse. I can make a backswing by pulling the mouse right and then follow by pushing left. The opposite works too. Pulling back and then thrusting forward produces a stabbing motion. I reckon if I hold down right mouse after the backswing, I should still be able to hold around. So use your inventory and pull the hammer into one of your hotbars. By pressing that number, you can bring it up. And what that text was talking about is how you click, you move your mouse to the left or the right. Right, this is left and this is right. Or you could pull it back and do the so-called stabbing animation. But when it's pulled back, holding the right mouse, you can look around, let go of right mouse, and then swing. If there's an enemy that you need to fight, just remember that later. Right now, we want to use our hands, so you press 1 again to dequip the hammer, and see we have a metal shelf, but it seems to be hiding something. Old as they are, they won't pull off with my bare hands. This hole's been boarded up a long time ago. The wood is pretty soft now. So get your hammer. Just whack it. For the sake of frame rate, I'll look away from the particles. And go in this creepy crawl space. What's going on here? What's this? Spooks. The hatch is seriously solid. It won't open by hand. Someone obviously wanted to keep people out, or in. And here's the barrel that was blocking up this door here. But there's no going back now. So you might as well keep what keeps things from getting out. This looks like some kind of industrial mechanism. Although there's a hole in the center with an E, there's no way to operate it. Use the metal rod. Put it in there. What I like to do is just kind of walk into it. And it opens up this creepy place. Whatever I was descending into, it was 100 feet below ground, protected by 2 solid metal hatches, located in a remote Arctic wilderness, and buried beneath the snow. I didn't know what to expect, but it made me feel something I hadn't felt since I was a child. I'd never given it much thought before, but I realized that our entire society is a network of safety nets. Emergency services at the end of a phone line, health and safety in the workplace, friends, family, lovers. All there, if something goes wrong, part of a carefully designed structure to prevent all but the most mundane of emotions. Once again, I felt like I did when I was in school, surrounded by a closing ring of older kids, knowing anyone that might help me, friends, parents, teachers, were too scared to do anything, or too far away. So we seem to be in some old mine. I'm stuck. I'm trapped. I need to get out. Whoa. There could be anything living down here. Heroics are for Hollywood actors and fairy tales. I'm not taking any chances. If I have a face-off with anything out here, I won't last a second. Caution and stealth are my only tools to survive. If anyone or anything hears me, I'd best be staying low and out of sight till I can know whether it's not a threat. Crouching by pressing left control will give me a chance to hide in the shadows. I know I've got it right because of the blue tint in my vision. Plus, I should be able to quiet enough and won't be heard unless something's right on top of me. Better remember to shut off any light sources though. My best bet is to hide for a couple seconds or so, perfectly still. That'll make me properly hidden. Reading this map, we seem to be in some sort of mine. We come from the bottom here, and we can go right, up and around. First, we should check out the office, which is this way. Take a left, and then another left. This is the office area. Look at this place. So much history in this place, tied up in words and left to decompose. The typewriter dates back even further before the war. Made in Germany, 1927. 23, 27, what the hell. Let's start by searching some of these cabinets. Usually all empty. Oh, we have some beef jerky in here. But why would we need something like beef jerky? Always have to see. Some painkillers in here. Why would we need something like painkillers? Just a little foreshadowing of what's coming up soon. Another flare, so that counts up to a total of 3. Rotten wooden shelves must be the added moisture from the grate. The whole room is petrifying. I don't know. Light, I miss being outside already. This place is starting to get to me, but even if I can't reach that grate, it looks built into the rock itself. No way it's coming loose. So we have in these drawers. Ooh, more beef jerky. Nothing. There's nothing in that. And what we have here is some like British World War II notes. I don't think it has much relevance to the plot in this game, but you can go ahead and read those if you'd like. Oops. Here we have an item called backstring. Looking in these drawers, we have a note which talks about people suiciding in these Greenland mines, and that there's been a lot of them. And also talks about the Targate. We don't know much about that yet. Here's a key, which must open up that chest over on the other side of these shelves. And here we have the batteries. And there's nothing here. What do we have here? Let's touch it and find out. An old man, clutching something unseen. He is strange, and yet he is no stranger. Never seen before, still I know. This man before me is Howard. I call him Father. Ugh, what the hell? What just happened? I don't know if that was such a good idea. This is Penumbra's save stations. You can use these to automatically save, or not automatically, manually save in places indoors such as this. Now what you could do is use the key to open the chest, or you could just get a hammer and whack it. I'm guessing you don't use both. The key just disappeared once I did that. That's quite interesting. So take that lid off, and we have the Big Book of Explosives, 1923 edition. And it talks about how to make an explosive, and we already have one of the chemicals. Baxtrin, and then red phosphorus. So that's everything we need to do in here. Let's go outside again. Now, as you leave, turn off your light. Begin to crouch over towards this crate. Oh god, is there something here with me? I can't just wait for whatever's around that corner. I need to hide. Some of you people who were lucky enough to not see what that was. Look in the corner, and just wait for the thing to pass. Jesus, I've never been this scared in my life. I can feel my heart racing. If anything gets within more than a few feet from my hiding spot, I'd better not stare at it. Anything within my field of vision might panic me, and then I'm a goner. You can press Q and E to lean left and right. And whatever that was, doesn't seem to be here anymore. Now, the dogs were not... They're very poorly scripted, but playing on hard, they can kill you in 2 attacks. And they attack very fast. In medium, I think it takes like 10 attacks to kill you. And easy, it takes about 20. The enemies in the game, they usually just patrol a few areas. But I'm not sure what this one is. So, continue your way past the workshop and then into the storage room. Be very cautious and vigilant. You may never know what's lurking around here. Now this is the rest of the half the mine that you need to get into, but you need the key to open it. The key is in the storage room, which is this way. Be careful, he's still around here. This way. The dogs can be killed, but it's very difficult. They have lots of health, and you do not. If you're playing along with me, I do not suggest playing on hard, because I'm not even sure if I'm going to make it in here without dying. Now let's pick up this lighter and examine some of these creepy paintings on the wall. Now this room does have a bit of significance to the storyline, and if you listen closely you can hear something breathing. That's quite creepy. This door is locked, but this door, however, isn't. It's a pull. That's why it has a handle punched in. Oh, there's handles on both sides. That doesn't seem very feng shui. So we have more painkillers, batteries, and a save station. It was different, but the same, like that time. Like I had more control, but over what? Looking around, there's not much else we could do. Over here, we have a writing on the wall that seems to have rocks. Subtracted rocks equals a ladder to the crawl space underneath. So if we go over here, take these rocks out, and do math, move this thing out of the way. Oh, there's a hatch here. Come on, what's your problem, man? You okay? There we go. And we can open it like this, and hop down. You begin to hear whispering, which is quite creepy. It looks as if the basement caved in some years ago. Something's tunneled through here to make it more recently, though. Christ, what sort of creature makes these markings? Oh, Christ, was that a spider? I don't like spiders. Hot steam. Doesn't seem very safe. What is this? This looks like one of the creatures that we encountered earlier. Horrible sight. Luckily it's mummified, or else the smell would be awful. A flare and a note about a man and his scientific findings. You can read if you'd like. This is quite a lot written on one page. We have dusty old bags. So over here, you want to time your way through the steam. The steam could blister flesh from bone in an instant. I know, I've seen it happen. Let's go this way. If it weren't for the size of those pieces, I would say it looks like eggshells. Ew. Then more scientific findings from that man. You can pause if you'd like to read those. And we have even more steam puzzles. Looks like I hit a little bit. Alright, we've reached the end of the basement. Although, the door seems to be locked. So I guess pull out your hammer, give this padlock a good old whack. And here we have some lighter fluid for that lighter we found. You can turn off the steam here, so you don't get yourself killed on your way back. And we have a chest that has a battery in it. Or some batteries. I'm pretty sure there's nothing back here, but I don't know why they're not up against the wall. So, make your way back to this creepy cave. Wrong way. Keep going the wrong ways. Alright, this way is the only way that's left. Right here. There it is. It sounds like a person was just attacked by something, like a lion or a bear. And also, the man didn't really seem to be very literate as he spoke. Now, you can't just jump your way out, I don't think. So, you can use some of the curved areas here and bring a barrel and try and make a little ledge for you to get out. Rotating objects wasn't a feature in Penumbra until Black Plague. So I wonder what happened. Let's go over to the save station and save here real quick. I may never get used to that. Let's open up this door and... I think someone's been dragged here. I've never seen this much blood before. That was the best chance to get some answers. Who else is still down here? still, more notes. So what all those notes, those 3 notes, was talking about a man who's been living here, and the only thing he's had to eat is spiders. And then one day the spiders have gone aggressive and started to get mean with him and started trying to attack him and things like that. He became friends with the spiders first, and then they started attacking. And then he talked about this gluish substance coming out on his tongue. This must be his tongue. So usually a normal human's tongue would only be about this long, but what is this nasty green stuff? Go ahead and be a nasty freak, pick it up and throw it around if you'd like. No, I'm trying to do something, Grandma. Alright, thanks. Here's one of those spiders he had to kill and dissect. No. No. And this is where that creature came from. No. Ooh, more beef jerky. An immigrant. Nice weight. Pecans. I think that's everything you need in here, so we'll go to the safe station once again. And make your way out. Turn off your light and proceed back into the mine. Spooks. There's bigger things than spiders out here to worry about, Grandma. So going back the way you came, it's somewhere around here. Backpack. Then use the key you found to open up this door. But that thing is still around here, so hurry up, close the door, and pull both barrels back. Oh, they won't come back. Alright, here it goes. Put things on top of it. Might be a good idea to block the door if the dog creature's back there. I don't want him sneaking up on me. Put the door and then make your way away. Because he will. Like that barrier is not going to keep him away forever. So what you want to do is search around this creepy place and try and find a way to get out. The workshop. It's locked. I need to use this panel to input a code. We gotta figure out what the code is. Now, if you want to go back in this area, you better stay crouched. And you see the doors open, and it doesn't seem your barriers are no longer in the way. And the doggy is still over there. So, stay crouched and sneak around him. You can fight him, but it's very risky, because there's not much protection for you to jump and hide around in here. This must be the only exit, and it says caved in. The shaft's caved in here. Could have happened years ago. I shouldn't be risking my life like this. The whole facility could come down around me. Still, I want to press on. I have to clear this obstruction somehow. There must be something left here I could use. This note. 2148, and backwards. So that's the code to the door. 8412. 8